Hello to all the viewers. Welcome to the part 2 of perspective drawings. Let me introduce me again. I'm architect Sahil Pahel, assistant professor in Faculty of Urban Planning and Architecture, Pandit Lakshmichand State University of Performing and Visual Arts, Rohtak, Haryana. So, part 2 consists of sketching in perspective. We will learn how to sketch in different perspectives. We already studied about types of perspective, which were 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, and 3 point perspective. So this part 2 is going to be helpful for school going students who are preparing different examinations like NATA, UCET, JEE Mains Paper 2, and students who are currently studying in visual art courses or the first year of visual art courses. It will be very helpful for them also. So part 1 of this video presentation is how to sketch a 1 point perspective view. So we will sketch a view of a room, interior of a room, in this next video.
In 1 point perspective for beginners. In 1 point perspective, two parallel lines which are going towards the vanishing point will look like if they continued they'd actually meet exactly at the vanishing point, and the vanishing point is always on the horizon line. The first step is to draw a horizontal line slightly above the middle of your page. Next, draw a cross at the centre of this line. This cross is the vanishing point and the line is the horizon line. The vanishing point must be on this horizontal line, and as the drawing is in 1 point perspective, we need just the one vanishing point, which is our cross. Now we can draw a rectangle for the back wall of our room. Draw the rectangle in the centre of your page with the horizon line going through it and the vanishing point in its centre. Next, to draw the sides of the walls of our room, all we need to do is draw 4 lines from the vanishing point. Now each line needs to go past one of the corners of our rectangle, which is the back wall of our room. You could use a ruler for these straight lines if you wish. So now it's a bit like looking into a box. Next, we can draw a line from the vanishing point to the left side of the paper. This new line, going towards the left, will help us find the top of a door. Now we can draw 2 vertical lines from this new diagonal line, and now we have a door in 1 point perspective. Next, we can draw 2 more lines from the vanishing point coming towards us. These will help us find the side of a table. Now we just need to draw 2 horizontal lines parallel to the other horizontal lines in the drawing to make the top of the table in 1 point perspective. Next, we can draw the 2 table legs at the front of the table first. Just 2 straight vertical lines of equal length. Now we can add 2 more vertical lines from the back corners of the table for the 2 back legs. So now we've got a table with 4 legs. We can now erase some of the dark lines that we no longer need in this drawing and add some details to the table. We can draw a second horizontal line at the front edge to give the tabletop a thickness. We can double up the vertical lines at the front table legs, to make them look more solid. As the vanishing point is in the middle of the table's in the middle of the vanishing point, we'll be able to see the side of the left table leg and the side of the right table leg, and the bottom of each of the table legs. The bottom side of each of the table legs will go as a diagonal line all the way to our vanishing point. We can repeat this process for the back legs of the table. Again, the base of the legs will go towards our vanishing point, and this baseline, this diagonal line going to the vanishing point, will also go forwards towards the front table legs too, so it will be one line. Now we have a room, a door, and a table in 1 point perspective. Next, we can add some evenly spaced marks at the base of the back of the wall, at this rectangle at the back of the drawing. And then we need a series of lines which start from the vanishing point and go past each of these spaced marks. And we can draw them coming towards us, and these will be floorboards. Now we can draw 2 more lines from our vanishing point going towards the right side of the paper. These will show us the top and the bottom lines of a window in perspective, in 1 point perspective. Next, we just need to draw 2 vertical lines between these 2 diagonal lines. But the side thickness of the wall of the room, these 2 short horizontal lines will just be horizontal. They won't be in perspective because we're looking straight at them, in the same way that we're looking straight at the back of the room, which just stays as a rectangle. The only lines which are distorted are the lines that are going away from us. Next, we could add a door handle to the door. It is now time to erase some of the lines that we no longer need on the back wall of our room. We could add a big window on the wall. We just need to draw a rectangle for this, but we can use the vanishing point again, as our window that I've drawn is in the centre and the vanishing point's in the middle of the window more or less. So we can draw lines to work out the thickness at the corners of the window, the thickness of the wall of the room. So again, it's the same process that we used for the drawing at the beginning, the basic shape of the room at the beginning. We just need to draw a diagonal line from each of the corners of the rectangle, and then we need to draw another rectangle within that, and that will create the thickness of the wall. Next, we could add a straight vertical line from the ceiling, a short straight vertical line from the ceiling, and then draw a light shade and a light bulb. The base of the light shade will just be a small ellipse, a squashed circle, a circle seen in perspective, and then just put 2 lines to make it a triangle at the top, and a little semicircle inside it to make it a simple light. For the next steps, I will add some more details to this drawing, and then I'll add some simple shadows too. I post a new drawing every Saturday. Please subscribe if you have not already.
So let's move on to the second part of this presentation, that is how to sketch in 2-point perspective. I hope you are enjoying your time here. So let's move on.
Hi, Tom here and welcome to my new Circle Line Art School video. How to draw a modern house in 2-point perspective. Please subscribe for a new video every Saturday. Start by drawing a horizontal line slightly below the middle of your paper. This is the horizon line, which is the height of the eye of the viewer. It's the same height as the eye of the person looking at the view. Next, we can draw a vanishing point, a dot, on the far left and the far right of this horizontal line. In 2-point perspective, all of the parallel lines going left will meet at the left vanishing point, and all of the parallel lines that go right will meet at the right vanishing point. Next, draw a vertical line a little bit left of the centre of your page. This will be the nearest corner of our building. Now we can draw a diagonal line from the top of this vertical line to the right vanishing point, and another to the left vanishing point. Next, draw 2 more diagonal lines from the base of our vertical line. So now we have the left and right side of our building. We can add a vertical line to the left to show where the building stops, and another vertical line to the right. All vertical lines in this drawing need to be parallel to each other and parallel to the edge of the paper. To draw a floating flat roof, we need 2 more diagonal lines going to the right vanishing point. And we can take these 2 lines to the left vanishing point too. And now we can just mark a small vertical line on the left and the right of these new diagonal lines to show where the edge of the roof is. Next, from this point on the left, we can draw a diagonal line all of the way to the right vanishing point, but we only need the first part of the line just here. So again, from this point we can draw a diagonal line to the left vanishing point, but we only need to use the first bit of the line for our drawing. So now we have drawn the back of this floating roof at the top of our building. Next, we can draw 2 more diagonal lines to the right and left vanishing points. Now, where the left diagonal line touches the left horizontal line, we can draw from that point a diagonal line to the right. On the right diagonal line, we can draw a short vertical line here. Next, from the left vanishing point, we can draw a diagonal from the top of this short vertical line, going right for a bit. And now draw another vertical line going down below the base of the original building. Going back to our short vertical line, we can draw a diagonal from its base going to the left vanishing point, but we only need this line to this point here. I will darken these lines so that we can see what we have drawn. We now have an overhang on the left and an extension on the right. I will darken this vertical line too. Next, draw another vertical line from the back of the house here, and now we can make a new baseline by drawing a diagonal line from the left vanishing point. Again, let's darken the line so that we can see what we have. Now draw a diagonal line from the top and the bottom of this new horizontal line to the vanishing point on the right for the right hand side of the extension. Next, we can draw a vertical line here for the right hand side of the building. I think it's time to darken these lines. For this drawing I'm using a 4B pencil. So now our drawing is starting to take shape. We can clearly see how the 2 vanishing points help us find the sides of the walls of the building. If you think about 2-point perspective drawing and using the 2 points, the 2 vanishing points, and that's how you create the guidelines, and along those guidelines, these diagonal lines going to the 2 vanishing points, they will show us where the sides of any building will go to. So we could just erase some of the guidelines that we no longer need. Now on the right, we can add some lines to create a border thickness to this wall. And by drawing two diagonal lines to the left vanishing point, we can find the back of the wall. I will use this vertical line to work out where the back corner of this back part of the wall is. Just draw a diagonal from the right vanishing point through the top of this vertical line, and a line for the base here, again going to the right vanishing point. Time to make some of these lines darker again so that we can see what we have. We can repeat this interior space on the left hand side of the building. This time the diagonal lines will go to the left vanishing point rather than the right. I have used the left base vertical line to find the back vertical line of this new space, just so the building looks the way I would like it to look. Again, it's a good idea to just darken the lines once we know they're in the right place. I will add some windows or sliding doors to the left wall here using the left vanishing point. As I divide this shape, the vertical lines will get closer together as they go towards the vanishing point. We can add some more windows and doors, keeping all the vertical lines parallel to each other and to the side edge of our paper. And in this 2-point perspective drawing, all of the diagonal lines go either to the left or right vanishing point. Next, I'll add some tone to this drawing. All of the overhanging shapes will be dark. All shapes on the left of the side of the building will be a mid-tone, and the shapes on the right hand side of each part of the building will be just the white of the paper. So we'll have 3 tones, the white of the paper, a mid-tone and a dark tone. And so the next stage of this drawing is just to add some tone, the 3 tones that we just outlined, the white of the paper, a mid-tone and a dark tone. I think I'll also add another building on the left hand side, using the same principles of 2-point perspective. I post a new drawing every Saturday. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Circle Line Art School, to see all of my videos. There are now over 250 videos to see, and a new one every Saturday.
So moving on to the next part, we are going to see a video related to sketching in 3-point perspective. In this video, we are going to sketch a building, a multi-story building in 3-point perspective.
Hi, Tom here. In this week's Circle Line Art School video, I'll show you one way to draw using 3-point perspective looking down on a building. In this drawing, as we're looking down, we can draw the horizon line towards the top of the paper, as the horizon line is the height of our eye line, and we're not looking up, so nothing will be above the horizon line, but we are looking down. Next, we need 2 vanishing points on this horizon line far apart. A vanishing point is a point in perspective where 2 parallel lines will look like they meet if they were to continue. So in this drawing we're looking right and we're also looking left, but we're also looking down. So we've got a vanishing point on the right for looking right, we've got a vanishing point on the left for looking left, and now we need to draw another vanishing point low down on the page towards the middle. Sometimes it's best to do it even beyond the edge of the page, further away, and this will be our 3rd vanishing point. Now we have our 3 vanishing points for this drawing using 3-point perspective. Next, draw a dot somewhere in the middle of these 3 vanishing points, and this dot can represent the nearest corner of the building that we will draw. From this dot, we can draw a straight line towards the left and another towards the right vanishing points. Then on the right hand line, the line going to the right vanishing point, somewhere along there we can draw another line to the left vanishing point, and from the left line going to the left vanishing point, somewhere along this line we can draw another line to the right vanishing point. And by doing this we now have a simple rectangle which will be the top of a flat roof in 2-point perspective, because we're just using 2 points at the moment. Next, draw 3 straight lines from the corners of your rectangle going down to the 3rd vanishing point. Choose how tall you want the building to be and mark on the middle line that's going down a point, a dot, and then draw a straight line from this dot to the left vanishing point and another straight line to the right vanishing point. Now our rectangle that we drew in 2-point perspective, the top of the roof, has become a cuboid in 3-point perspective, because we're looking left, we're looking right, and we're also looking straight down all at the same time. And that's why we're using 3-point perspective in this drawing. Remember, the horizon line is at the top of the paper, and this line shows the height of our eye line, and the building is below the horizon line. This block, which will turn into the building, is below the horizon line because we're looking down, and the 3rd vanishing point is needed so that we can know where these lines, as they go away from us, they get closer together, and eventually, following the principle of perspective, the lines will look like they meet, and we'll need to have a dot where these lines meet, and this dot is our vanishing point, our 3rd vanishing point. All the lines in this drawing follow these basic principles of 3-point perspective. If you would like to learn more, please visit my website, circlelineartschool.com. Thank you very much for watching this drawing. I hope you found it useful for your own drawings. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Circle Line Art School, to keep up to date with all the content I create. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
So guys, I hope you all enjoyed these videos. So next part in this series is how to draw on scale perspective drawings, and this part is helpful for only students of architecture and engineering, for their architectural drawing and engineering drawing subjects. So all those students who are not from these fields, they can skip this part and they can learn sketching by following this guy's YouTube channel. He's doing some amazing work. He's doing sketching, mainly sketching works in perspective. So thanks. Thank you, and stay at home and stay safe.